Hey everybody, Grimble here, and I'm reacting to the first trailer for Batman Caped Crusader, the animated series. I am super excited for this. If you can't tell by some of the stuff in the background, I'm a bit of a DC fanboy. I love the universe. I love the characters. I really love Bruce Timm, who I found out is executive producer of this series, which gets me really, really excited. I've watched all of his stuff. I've watched the, of course, the animated series in the 90s for both Superman and Batman and Justice League Unlimited, all that stuff. I've also watched a lot of his direct-to-DVD videos, and I've loved pretty much all of them. Bruce Timm is somebody that I think really has a handle on the characters in DC. He really understands them, which is more than I can say for some of the film directors, let's be honest. I haven't really been much of a fan of the live action stuff that DC has been doing, but the animated stuff is still killing it. So I'm really, really excited by this Batman series. And if you're new to this channel, welcome, which pretty much everybody is because I just started it this week. So please like and subscribe. It will really help me out, especially as a new channel starting to grow. I'm also going to be creating a Patreon page, which I will leave a link to it in the description here. In that Patreon page, of course, there will be different tiers, things like ad-free content, full-length reactions. The last tier is actually reserved for supporting my studio, Little Grim Entertainment. So for those of you that don't know, I am a full-time AAA programmer for video games, as well as owning my own studio called Little Grim Entertainment, which is more or less a startup. We have a few different games and animated shows in the works, and I would love to share those with you guys. Now, with that out of the way, let's react to the trailer for Batman Caped Crusader. Here we go. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows.
Asking the question on everyone's mind these
There's our
days,
boy.
what do you think about the Batman?
This is an origin story?
The whole city's gone to hell in a handbasket.
Well, he's breaking the law, ain't he? So they ought to catch that freak and lock him up.
I won't say it's gonna be easy.
Interesting
Catching
take.
criminals is what we do. So this one dresses up like Dracula, so what? We're gonna take him down. What do we know about this Batman?
He's been beating the tar out of
Vampire-ish.
dope peddlers out there the last few weeks.
He's mostly been seen at night driving that hot rod of his 100 miles an hour.
This does feel like an origin story. We don't really know much about him yet.
Nice car.
This man is not a hero, he's a criminal. And his time in Gotham is up.
Of course.
Mischief afoot, sir?
3
Hello,
explosions in
Alfred.
2 weeks.
That is the youngest looking Alfred I've ever seen.
Peculiar. There's something more going on here.
God. That's a little dark. Yeah, Bruce Timm. Here's my man.
He knows too much.
Matt Reeves too, and JJ. But wow.
Needs to get scratched.
The Kings
that
don't
Batgirl?
run this court anymore. The Jester does.
Is that Harley?
We could be looking at an all-out gang war.
It's a
on the
very
streets
different
of
Harley if
Gotham.
that's the case.
This is
And
a
they got the
losing
sort of
battle.
gangster vibe going
100
on.
other monsters will show up to replace
Two-Face.
anyone you take down.
That Clayface?
Probably.
Penguin?
But now they'll all know I'm coming for them.
Oh. Catwoman. Looks good. I'm excited. Looks good. Alright, let's watch it one more time. Sorry, I try not to talk as much.
Asking the question on everyone's mind these days, what do you think about the Batman? Asking the question on everyone's mind these days, what do you think about the Batman?
He's a hero.
I'm frightened. This whole city's gone to hell in a handbasket.
That's interesting.
Well, he's breaking the law, ain't he? so they ought to catch that freak and lock him up.
I won't
wonder
say
what
it's
time
gonna be
period
easy,
this is set
but
in.
catching criminals is what we do. So this one dresses up like Dracula, so what? We're gonna take him down. What do we know about this Batman?
He's been beating the tar out of muggers and dope peddlers out there
I
the
love
last
it
few
when they
weeks.
He's
do a
mostly been
Batman
seen
that's
at night
really
driving that hot rod of his 100 miles
hiding
an
in the
hour.
shadows and
And now he's even attacking our brave police.
attacking people from the shadows.
This man is not a hero, he's a criminal. And his time in Gotham is up.
Mischief afoot, sir?
3 explosions in 2 weeks.
Boy, I like the voice.
Peculiar. There's something more going on
That's
here.
creepy.
He knows too much. He's an itch that needs to get scratched.
The kings don't run
What's it
this
called?
court anymore. The jester
Crown
does.
Industries.
Bang! We could be looking at an all-out gang war on the streets of Gotham.
This is definitely set in like the 40s or
This
something.
is a losing battle. 100 other monsters will show up to replace anyone you take down.
I like that. That's cool.
Probably.
It's got a noir vibe
They'll
to
all
it.
know I'm coming for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready? Let's do this. Yeah. I'm down. Okay, so I just checked out the first trailer for Batman Cape Crusader. Looks awesome. Not gonna lie. Very excited for that. Animation style brought me right back to the original Batman animated series. I like the time. It looks like they're setting it in sort of a film noir 1940s-esque time frame, which is really, really cool to me. Especially to me. If you're not aware, I am making a video game called Spade Investigations, which is actually set in a very similar time period. It's sort of a film noir detective game. So this really hits home to me. I love that period. I love that style. Of course, you know, all the characters are there. You saw Penguin. You saw Two-Face. You didn't see Joker. I don't believe we saw Joker. I think we saw Harley. If that's Harley, that's a very different Harley. So curious to see how that design is that Harley, and does that design sort of change her personality a little bit? Very curious to see what they do with that. I don't think we saw the Joker, so you know, who's going to be the Joker is a big question. I like I don't know the actor doing the voice of Batman. Of course, our favorite Batman, Kevin Conroy, recently passed away. So I don't think Mark Hamill will do the voice. Mark Hamill was very distinct in saying that once Kevin Conroy died, that sort of ended his role as the Joker, because to him, he couldn't bear doing it with anybody else. To him, Batman was Kevin Conroy. And, you know, you got to respect Mark for that. He loved the man. And as much as I loved him as Joker, as probably the best Joker that has ever existed, in my humble opinion, I think, you know, maybe it's time for him to retire and do other things. Who knows? You know, he said he was retiring before, and then he didn't, and then, you know, we'll see. But I think the fact that Kevin Conroy's not around anymore will definitely make him think twice about accepting any roles as the Joker again. So I think it's time to move forward. I think it's time to see who can fill those shoes, maybe do it even better, which is going to be hard to imagine. A lot of people try to sort of mimic Mark Hamill's Joker, and you know, it's just not the same. I've seen it before, so I'd like to see a different take on him. I'd like to see, you know, somebody else shine. Other than that, I think we saw Catwoman. You know, obviously we didn't get a lot of story elements around any other characters other than Batman. It does seem to be an origin story where people don't know much about him yet. He's sort of new to the scene. He's being witnessed by people, you know, probably that whole, is he real, is he not? I really love when he does the whole, I think Batman Begins did this really well, where he was attacking people from the shadows. He was like this, you know, creepy thing in the night that just came out of nowhere, grabbed a guy and beat him up. You know, the whole brawler Batman thing is not my favorite. You know, it's just, it's not that it's terrible. It's just, it doesn't feel like his strong suit. He's somebody that's stealthy. He's got sort of ninja training, literally. And so I love to see when that really comes out. Of course, sometimes he's got to get into these big fist fights. And those action scenes are still fun, but I really like seeing that sort of, you know, hidden ninja-esque element of him. I guess you can't do an entire series of him just doing that, so I understand the need for a little bit extra action here and there. But anyways, I really did love that they showed that, they showcased a bit of that, and I hope they do a bit of that throughout the series. But yeah, guys, that's all I really have to say about the trailer. Of course, I'll be reacting to the entire series when it starts in August, so very excited for that. Stay tuned for it. It'll probably take up my Thursday slot, which is right now going to be a rewatch of the One Piece live action, where I will be analyzing and comparing it to the original anime. So if you're interested in that, check that out. It'll be on Thursdays. But yeah, guys, with all that said, great trailer. Looking forward to the series. We'll see you guys in the next reaction.